Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It is the morning shake with me, your host, Xavier Hendricks, and of course, my co-host, Mr. J. Paris. And he is in the building. He's busy just doing something real quick. Nah. He's not on the toilet. He's not doing anything he's not supposed to be doing. He's right here. He's just setting up a mic for our other co-host, the co-host from the Wednesday warm-up. We decided kind of to throw him on in the mix in the middle of the whole thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It has been a long time coming. We haven't been on the show in a long time, man. It's our first show for the year. And we kind of just starting to get our feet. We're trying to get our bearings, as they say. We're trying to figure it out. Just check if that thing's dope. We're trying to just kind of get back into it, get our feet back into the game. Are you there, bro? It's facts. It's working. It's good. I pull through, bro. Pull through. Don't even be scared. So it's a new year. It's a new, some people say new year, new me. Some people say different things, whatever it is that they say. Mr. J. Paris, how's things going, my brother?
Nah, good, broski. Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world. It's a new year, bro. 2023, new year. And we ready, bro. I mean, it's been a hot minute, but it's good to be back in stew. And I'm excited and I'm happy.
Nah, big facts. And of course, we have none other than Mr. Jezo. What's happening, my brother?
Is it on?
Come on now.
Am I on? Is it working?
Lights
We
on,
good?
it's on.
Okay.
It's hot in here, man.
Yo.
Drop.
It is. Nah, but good morning, brother. Good morning. How's things?
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
It's
no,
because we
first
bring the
show.
heat, you get it?
Facts.
First show of what? 2023.
Hey, bro, it's one of those.
Yo.
Where we now?
Yo. 20. Debt free.
Come on. That's that one. Jay, remember? No, remember we're looking for something. Remember what was 2020, bro?
20 plenty.
20 plenty.
20 plenty.
And then what was 2021?
I think it's 2020 fun or something.
2020 fun. And 2022 was what? 2022.
Yeah.
22.
Now it's 2020 debt free. 20 debt free.
20 debt free.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we have our trusty viewer.
I man couldn't wait for the shows to
The
start.
homie was, bro.
Yeah.
The homie was like, I mean, when is Inside Show opening, gents? When are y'all opening, gents?
But for the wrong reasons. He just wanted to speak about
I know
football
what he wants to-
again.
Listen,
That's
yeah,
why
bruh,
he says
that's
hey,
for the
Jay.
Friday. Listen, yeah, Nate. That's for the Friday show, man. That's for the Friday. I see Nate is already full blast in here.
Nah, we don't watch ball. We have tennis now.
Wait, Jay just busy switching on his mic. Wait, Nate, just wait for Jay. He's busy switching on his mic. Listen, gents, it's been a long time, man. When was our last show, bro? November.
Yeah, I think.
Nah, it's been too long, bro.
Who are you speaking about now? Who are you speaking
Nate.
about? Chaba boy. Nah, bro. I don't watch football no more.
You see, Jay Bakir.
I don't watch. I'm
Bakir,
joking, bro.
Watch him, boy.
I'm joking, bro. Thick and through. You see, the thing about life, and we're gonna speak about it. There's ups and downs, highs and lows, hills and valleys. But you just have to endure. You gotta endure the suffering, endure the pain, because the Bible does say, "For the joy set before Him." You see what I'm saying? So just relax. What you're going through now, Nate, enjoy it while it lasts. The ball is round. You get ups, you get downs, like I mentioned. Enjoy it while it lasts. We'll be back.
Yeah,
Now we'll
no,
be
me,
back,
I
we'll be
just
back.
watch tennis now.
Yeah, bro. We have what's that homie's name, bro? I watched the documentary Breakpoint. Have you seen it, bro? It's on Netflix. It's quite fire. The first episode is that gent from Australia, bro. That one that gets angry, that breaks the records.
Which one?
And what's his name, bro? He's like a
There's Natal, there's
brown gent, bro.
Djokovic.
Now he's like a young'un.
Oh, young one.
Looks like a colored gent.
Oh,
Even
I
has
see who
this
you speak,
dope
like that
hairstyle
fade
with,
type of.
stripes.
Yeah.
He's from Australia.
I see who you're speaking of.
I can't remember his name. But he always gets angry. Someone shouts the audience. He's like, shut
Yeah.
up, I'm trying to serve.
I
Breaks
see
the
who you're
records and
speaking
stuff like
about,
that.
yeah.
But he's a dope gent. They show his story.
I always thought he was Brazilian at first.
He has a Brazilian vibe. But then when I was watching the documentary, it's from Australia. But yeah, it's a new year, and we're talking about does New Year's resolutions really work, bruh? But before we get into all of that, we got a brand new assistant on the show,
man.
Michaela Hansen. Yeah, woo! So she's gonna be out there with Leandra doing the runabouts, sorting some stuff out. She's probably gonna hop onto someone's show at some point, because you know how it goes here. You someone just jump onto the show, man. We're gonna have that conversation, and then of course, we got some sad news, but it's kind of medium sad news. Last week Saturday, we all had our big meeting, what we call a boot camp. So we all go on like a big camp and
Booth camp.
we prepare for the year and we prepare for everything that's happening. And so the homie Clayt, you guys obviously know Clayt. He sets up everything. He switches on everything. He's been on a bunch of shows before. He's always the guy in the booth that we like, yo, Clayt, give us more of this. Clayt, do this. Clayt, do that. And so he's the gent that literally sets up everything every time there's a show. He's always in the studio over there. He's always doing the switching. He's always moving around doing the stuff there to be done. And Naomi was in an accident, bro, on Saturday, last week Saturday, and it was a little bit scary. He has this bakkie, this Hilux bakkie, and the bakkie rolled. And there was like one of our other church members were like there first, and then I was behind her, but she was so scared to get out to go check what was going on. So obviously I'm now the gent. I must go check, you know. So I walked up to the car. I found the homies not in the car. Bro, I was scared. I thought, yo. Bro, when I was going to the car, I thought maybe sitting there, there's blood, there's whatever. Then I saw he's not in the car. I was like, yo, what happened? They started calling him because it was like it rolled into the bush. And it's like high grass and stuff. So I'm looking for Clayt. I'm busy shouting, where you? Then I heard someone answering. So which was already a good sign. It's like, okay, at least the homie is like answering. He's not like,
Facts,
you know, because
responsive
in my mind, I'm like, yo, I didn't know what to expect if he was even going to be alive, you know, to be honest. And then he responded, and then we ran. The uncle was with me. We ran. We found him laying in the bush there. And then about 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, like a minute later, because everyone was on their way to the event. And obviously they saw the cars standing there and they started stopping, piling up. Next thing you know, there was like 20, 30 people there. And we were all helping out. We were picking up, trying to obviously make sure the homie's fine. Ambulance showed up, took him to the hospital. He did fracture some bones, some ribs. Fractured like something in his spine. It was hectic. It was a hectic accident, bro. As the car rolled, he flew out of the car, ended up on the side of the road there. I even asked him, did he walk was he trying to walk back to like the venue to get help or something? Because he was so far from the car. It's like, nah, bro, this is where I fell out. And this is where we found him laying there. And he couldn't walk because obviously he hurt his spine and everything. So we're like, nah, just relax. Ambulance came, put that brace on and whatever, took him to the hospitals. But I was there at the hospital on Friday. Homie's recovering nicely. He's talking, he's awake, he started eating. So yeah, now he should be fine, but it's going to take him a while to get back onto his feet and kind of recover off that. But he'll be all right.
Clayt is a strong dude, bro. Clayt is a strong dude, and something like this is... especially for the beginning of the year. I know there's a lot taking place in his life. The homie just got married. Few things I don't think I can mention as yet.
Yeah, he'll have to just mention some of the things
it,
happening in his life.
But yeah, you know how it be, bro. The devil tries his best, especially when those breakthroughs are about to take place. The devil tries his best to get you back. But like I mentioned, Clayt is a strong guy, and speedy recovery to you, bro. I know you'll be back soon.
No, facts.
Now
so
he's
strong.
Man. He's very strong.
I used to, and he even said, one of the nurses said to him that like if you weren't like so like young and strong, it could have been worse because he also jumps and everything. So at least she said that helped, that muscle and like fat and whatever around your bones and stuff, that impact. It helped with that so that it didn't just break. Like if it was one of us, bro, like me and Jay,
I saw he's strong when was it Wednesday because usually when we set up in different areas, Clay carries the speakers and stuff.
Someone pick up two.
Shari pick up two
Eons.
two eons, I guess, and you walk
two
with it.
tripods.
Then I saw Wednesday, because in my head, I never expected it to be that heavy. But then Wednesday, there's two of the guys that work here, Jabu and Werner. They're carrying it, both of them struggling here down the stairs.
And you pick it up one,
You
man.
pick it up one, man. I'm like, yo.
He's so strong. So the doctor did say that part of the reason he's okay is because he was so strong and because his physical strength and his muscle and everything, it helped him out there. But look, bro, it's a brand new year. There's a bunch going on here in South Africa. We're dealing with some nonsense. It's called load shedding. There's also some more nonsense called water shedding. And there's one or two ways you can begin to look at this, right? You can either go like, ish, life is untidy, things are happening, blah, blah, blah. Like, how do
We
I
have
get
a new
through
mayor,
this?
so.
New mayor, because the other mayor was ousted.
What's the chance of me pulling to
Libby.
the side? Can this cam?
Can Jay go that side?
No.
Are you able to like? Cause bro, I feel like I'm blocking Jess.
No, it's fine, man. Don't
Can we
stress.
turn? Can we turn?
Done what?
Turn or burn? Nah, it's fine. I see what you're saying, but it's fine, bro. We can roll.
My bad.
We like
bro.
sitting in a row,
Sorry,
yeah.
bro.
3 in a row. Because now Jay's like trying to look there so he doesn't
And I'm
look like he's
slow,
excluding the
But
homie.
it's alright, as long as the peeps can see.
Hey, Yammer, broski, Yammer.
Nah, it's fine. So yeah, it's like I'm saying, there's a lot of negativity going on in our country as far as load shedding, water shedding, just the overall kind of atmosphere in the air, man. Like people are discouraged because of all this negativity. The government is not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Do you think the
police-
government sets New Year's resolution?
resolution? Nah, I don't think so. I think the only resolution the government has, especially like the ANC government, is like, how do we stay in power here so that we can
Facts.
continue, doing what we're doing? I think that's
Continue eating.
continue eating.
Well, at the end of the day, okay, never mind. That's what another day.
and I think that's the end. And the sad reality is that we get the short end of the stick with all this nonsense that they're busy with, and it brings us to the question that, like, when we begin to look at New Year's resolutions and when we begin to look at like us trying to make the most of our personal lives and trying to obviously expand our lives and do better for ourselves and all that, we're obviously gonna get to a place where we're gonna have to ask ourselves, how do we stay positive when everything around us is so negative, bro? And before the show started, you were speaking about that you got a new inverter because you got work to do, you got some side hustles going on. You have to must now you have to move, bro. It's in load shedding now for 4 hours.
Facts,
What are you
bro.
gonna do? Hop in about that, bro. Like just your mindset around keeping the action going, even though.
Yeah, bro. I think first and foremost, if you don't have a vision and a goal as to
Bro,
what
while
you,
you're speaking, I'm gonna try and loosen that thing so I can get it close to you.
please, bro. But if you try and lose, if you okay, go for it, bro. Go for it. Because I'll just use this.
No, don't. It's fine. Jay, you can sit back. I can still hear you.
Oh, can I like
I feel like he feels like he's struggling.
hunch back?
Guys, it's dear Makan. Please just sit back and use that mic.
Are you sure?
Yeah, bro. Let me just sit back a bit, bro. It's cool.
Just speak, bro.
1 2 1 2.
Speak loudly.
Yeah.
Is it
Okay.
fine? We can
Nah, it's
hear
cool.
you.
I think they can get. Yeah, broski. Just to up on obviously what you're saying now, just about the whole negativity and everything, bro. I think first and foremost, like I mentioned, you need to have a vision. If you don't have a vision and a goal, you're just going with the flow, and that's why when all these sheddings take place, it affects you tremendously. And then you start complaining and complaining and complaining, which leads to what? Which leads to absolutely nothing. So the fact that if you have a vision and a goal, you know that rain, sunshine, no matter what the case may be, you're going to want to go and achieve that. And that's why, bro, you will try everything to not be disturbed or anything to obviously hinder you from getting to your goal. And I mean, it is bad at the end of the day, especially if you pay for things. It is a negative, but just stay focused and you'll see, bro. You'll go through anything.
But bro, I think most of my question is that what was your mindset around going out and getting like an inverter or a power bank or whatever the case might be. Because you phoned me on Friday night and you were like, yo, bro, you were speaking about it last week that you got an inverter for your Wi-Fi and everything.
Yeah, obviously,
Because obviously work needs to carry
time,
on,
bro. I think time. At the end of the day, there's just basically time. You're losing out on a lot of time, and time is money. At the end of the day, it's valuable, bro. You can't sit for 4 hours, sometimes 4 hours times 2 a day doing absolutely nothing. So for me, it's like if I'm losing out on all this time, I'm gonna lose out on funds. I'm gonna lose out on going forward. So I had to get to that point. I can't be without light in the 21st century.
Electricity, yeah.
Without electricity in the 21st century. So I had to make a plan. Although the UPS I did get, I'm gonna take back because when I got, I was like, okay, now I need to do some research on this thing. And I, learned about the watts.
You
and,
did
and
it
all
the
of that.
other way around.
Yeah, I did it the other way around.
You already had it
I had
now.
the thing.
Yeah.
But it's cool. They said within the first 7 days you can bring it back, which is cool. A lot of people actually do that. They buy the thing and they test it out and all of that, like reviews that take place, and they send it back. So yeah, then I had to now Google, okay, what's my PC's watts? What's this TV's watts? And all of these things.
Can you run your TV from there?
I can, yeah. I can.
But for how long will it
but the
stay
one
on?
that I got, which is 300 watts, I ran my TV and my PC for about 30 minutes, but then the Wi-Fi continued for the remaining 1.5 hours. So I'm guessing obviously 600 watts will be an hour. Then probably I'll have to get about
Yeah, it
1.2.
doesn't add up in the. It's too little, yeah. It's too little.
But I
Like,
do kind of know more or less now what to do.
But the point of why I'm asking you that is that at some point, bro, you have to come up with a solution as to you can't sit there. Just do you think people started using, like, people who didn't have structure really for their lives or a plan for the way forward start using these things as excuse, like, yeah, it's load shedding, I couldn't. Yeah, it was this, so I couldn't. Yeah, it was lockdown, so I couldn't.
No,
and then
no
it's
water,
actually
I
just like
couldn't wash.
it's like a easy cop out because you didn't either want to do the thing or you're looking for an excuse not to do the thing. Look, it's a real life situation, obviously.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, especially like you said,
it's the thing.
especially if you're paying for it, bro. If you weren't paying for the thing, then yeah, but it's
You pay for nothing.
That's the frustration.
Nah, but definitely people.
yeah, I'm gonna sit like
If
this.
you
now.
procrastinate, you're always gonna procrastinate at the end of the day, bro. So this is just
Whether there's lights,
whether
no
there's lights, no lights. But now that there's no lights, it's even worse because now you have reason to procrastinate. It's like I'm supposed to be working, but there's no lights. Might as well just relax.
And you can use
Sit,
it as a
take
valid
it
excuse.
easy. Yeah, you just use it as an excuse. Now it's the same with the water. Can't bath. Not going into the office today. Gonna stay at home because I can't go
How
into the
did
office. Dirty.
how did you get to? I'm not going to the office from can't bath, bro. That's a stretch.
That's literally
Yeah,
it.
people-
I know people
that.
do that, but that's a stretch now, bro. It's like you want to tell me, bro. You know what happened? Maybe not everyone has pools and whatever else, but I don't have a pool. I have like something that the guy that was living in my house before put like a little jacuzzi kind of setup in there, right? It's not anything fancy or anything to be excited about, but it's there. And I maintain it. I throw chemicals in there, whatever else. I throw chlorine. I make sure it runs every now and then just to keep the water clean. So when that water shedding thing happened, bro, I was literally fetching like a bucket from the jacuzzi, bro, and like boiling the water. And I'm washing, I'm smelling like swim bath, bro. I'm smelling like a pool. My
Warm
face
bath.
is dry, like you can draw on my face. But the point is, you had to come up with something. You can't just say, I can't. But I guess it also boils down to you as an individual. Like, you're either going to come here, make an excuse, or you're going to come up with a way to dance around it. And the people who have become successful, especially during lockdown and during any challenge, is the people who can ride through the challenge or come up with solutions in the challenge. And that's the point. The reason New Year's resolutions for many people don't work is because, remember now, when's the 30th or the 31st of December? What's it, 30? December, the last day of December, like of the year, 31st of December, everyone's there. You're reminiscing about how 2022 was, and it was a tough year, and this and this. But this year, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna this. And my take was this, right? And you guys know that we're into trading and everything, and we were speaking. I started in November already. I made a decision, and I didn't have enough money, but I I put in $800 and we're trading, and at the end of November, because we do fund, Jess and I, we do funded traders, and Ash, we do funded traders. So the cheapest account that I could afford was like $800, and I bought it. And the end of November, December, I passed my first challenge, because I thought to myself that already last year, I set myself up for the year moving into 2023. I already told myself, there's not a chance, bruh, that this January is going to be January, where now the money's finished here on the 15th. I'm being phoned now. I'm owing this and I'm owing that. I'm being sent lawyers' letters. I'm not doing that to myself again. And I think you have to get to the place in your life where you're like, where you decide for yourself, I'm not doing that to myself again, bruh. I'm not going to allow myself to be going through those emotions of owing and struggling and being cold and blah, blah. I choose that I'm not going to allow that for myself. And I'm going to fight my way through it. And so November already, I was like, I'm going to fight. In December, I was on holiday. I was at Anka's parents' house. And I sent Jesse a screenshot of that I passed the challenge. It was a small challenge, but I sent him this. I'm like, yeah, bro, I passed this thing. I was like, congratulations, whatever. But then now, yeah, I mean, it's not much, whatever. But for me, it's a victory. It's like, at least I'm further than where I was last year, bro. It's not much, but, and then literally on Friday, they sent me an email saying, look, you qualify now for withdrawing this money.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot of money, but it's like you qualify for withdrawing the money. And to me, bro, that's already a better step than where I would have been in February, where I pay the house, I pay the car, I pay the kids' school fees, I pay everything. Boom, now the money's finished. I'm already further than where I would have been if I didn't make those decisions in November already. And to me, that's why I say, if you say New Year's resolutions, you can't come in January and now like, hey, this year's going to be this and this. You must literally think it out there, like, nah, I want to push through. Chase, you look like you want to jump in there, bro.
Oh no, I'm just looking at the comments here.
Go for it.
So Joan One, he just says good morning everyone. Then Nathan, he says during December I had to work like 10 from the evening till 6:30 in the morning because of load shedding. Somehow you have to sacrifice and avoid excuses.
Which is true, bro. Jump in, gents.
Gonna go for it, bro?
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%, bro. I think the thing with me, I had this problem also now. At our church, we have something where we have Vision Sundays, where you write down your vision, you put it in the box, and you hope for the best person. I'm joking. But that's literally how I used to do it. That's why I'm laughing.
I think a lot of people do that. It's like, Lord, please break through. You hope for the best.
Because that's literally how it was for me. But I think this year I looked at, I don't know if something like clicked in my brain or what, but I look at it much different where usually I write on one piece of paper, I fold him, I put him in the vision box, I say, okay, Lord, fingers crossed, you will make a way where there seems to be none.
Lord,
it sounds funny there, like what he's saying.
People do it, bro.
Like, you hope for the best. But
bro. But then it's like this year, it's like, yeah, I've been doing this. Sometimes I didn't even put my vision. I'm being honest now. This year, so
because you like
put a vision. It's like people say, "Hey, new year, new me, new year, new beginning." What? Then at the end of the year, we're in the same place where we were, or we worse off than
bro.
It's like Zach says. I think, bro, and you'll go ahead now, bro. I know you want to something, but it's like you said. I think January is too late to start. As weird as it sounds.
But then again, I feel like it's never too late to start.
For what it's worth, for what the convo.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. So with me, I got to a point where I'm like, okay, something has to change. We cannot continue like this, going on like this in life. Hey, things aren't working. We need to make a plan now. So instead of just writing on one page, I wrote on both pages. So I'm like, okay, this one goes in the vision box. This one I keep here by me. Because I can check. Yeah, I can keep myself accountable. Yeah, so if I do something, I can tick it off and say, yeah, at least I did something. Now you just put one in there. You don't even know when you did something. You're like, yeah, did I put this on my vision?
Yeah, you don't.
I'm not sure. I don't really know.
I take a picture of it. Yeah, so I have it on my phone. Yeah,
I do the to-do list now on my notes now. Where if I do something, I tick it off like that. But yeah, that's literally how it was. Where you literally just go through the years living, in terms of you get so comfortable with your situation and where you're at in life that you literally just continue doing what you're doing. You're unhappy in your situation, but because it's the norm, you just continue going on with them. And I feel like that's where you need to draw your line in terms of your, what's that thing that we said that you write again? Not your vision. What's the word that you're using here?
Like your goals or what do you
Yeah,
mean?
what's the title of this thing? New Year's
Oh,
resolution.
your resolution. Your
Yeah.
resolution.
Your resolution.
Yeah.
The New Year's resolution. That's where I think the difference needs to come in, where you need to actually make that decision within and say, look here, I'm not gonna continue this year the same. Even if things does get tough, like in the situation we're in now with load shedding, like Nathan says, you need to find ways around it to navigate and to actually make that vision come to pass.
Like
yeah.
even if you look at it in the trading space, right? So we've decided as brothers that we're gonna try something together, like, and see how we can maybe just hustle a plan together. Then there's days, bro, like Friday we hit a big loss, right? A big loss. But now the thing is, now we go into the new week with that mindset of, maybe we're gonna blow, wow. And then I decided on Friday, and I sent the gents a voice note. I was like, hi gents, we still in it. Let's see what happens, like, you know. And even because we did it last week and we blew, no, 2 weeks ago, and we blew. And I said, hi gents, we have to get back into it, because my mindset is like, okay, sharp, we blew, now what now? We can't wait for December now. And then we say, plus if we had to start earlier, why didn't we just do this? Why didn't we just do? And now a whole year has gone up us and you didn't do anything. So the point I'm making is that it's going to be days where you blow, bruh. And it's days where, okay, alright, sharp, it didn't work, what now? Can't stay there. Like the Bible says, a righteous man falls 7 times but gets back up again. So it's like, okay, sharp, I fell now. So, and I think that's where a lot of people get it wrong with New Year's resolution. Like, it works, and then you're by March, and then it starts fading away, and you're like, yeah, it's difficult. I wanted to start my own business. And also unrealistic expectations.
But facts, bro, because the first point here is, or question rather, why does consistency fade away by March? And it's to do with that, bro. I think people do set unrealistic goals. I mean, I'm sure you have a plan and a vision as to when this is this gonna pop, because a lot of people they wanna be overnight success people, but what they don't know is that overnight success people, you don't see them doing the underground work for years, bro. And the same with me, broski. I know that 2025 is the big year, realistically. This year's I know that I know on paper 2025 is the big year. I'm not 2023 is a big year. And I do believe in miracles though, and I do believe in faith. I do believe that God can,
But for realistic
on paper, let's plan this thing, let's do what we gotta do. Again, off air we were speaking about in actual fact the unrealistic goals, where I was saying that just achieve one thing for this year. One thing that you didn't do.
Because you have 5 things here, you didn't even hit one.
And the truth is, bro, the truth is people are built different. There's some people that work their muscle to a point where they can say, this year I'm achieving 10 things. And it's possible because last year you achieved 9 things and the previous year you achieved 8. But you were at a point where you achieved 1 thing.
But you worked your way up to that,
are built different, yeah, bro. So I think if you're starting, just say one thing. It's like, and I know we're gonna get into it, bro. But you do know that I opened the media company, J Power Studios. The entire year last year, I was just building content and setting my platforms up. This is YouTube, Facebook,
website,
and my website. That was it last year. I didn't say, last year I wasn't saying like, I'm gonna do this and that. I was like, nah, just build a platform. That's good enough for the year. Once the platform,
so that speaks of realistic expectation, realistic time frames.
Because it's difficult, bro. Starting up a company is it's difficult. People think it's just overnight. Bam, let's just get this thing. So it's like, do that. Now this year it's like, okay, now get your stuff out. You have a lot of content in the bag. You got for days. Get your stuff out strategically, and then next year, and you know what I'm saying, bro. But
just speak to us about that overnight success mindset and how problematic that can be.
Before I go there, I think the other thing there also is the excitement in the start. you have these things written down, so you're excited in the beginning.
Jiggly
You're like,
jigs.
yeah, so I'm gonna put my my hands to the plow. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And as the months just continue, it starts fading, and that excitement also starts drifting because you get to a point also it's like, okay, it's taking a bit long to get there. Is it gonna work? Is it not gonna work? Let's just leave it once, and that excitement starts to wear out, and it gives you more stress and those type of things
Yeah.
at the end of the day. That's why also people just don't end up
Following through
with their vision and their goals. But yeah, on overnight success, we always speak about it. A lot of the time you see, like Chase just mentioned, you see people and you think it's overnight success. But yes, it looks like overnight success, but behind the scenes, that people, they've been working for years, they've been grinding for years on the same thing, because there's no such thing as just overnight success. Like even, like I always say to Jay, if let's say you take a funded account, you have $100,000 account, that could be overnight success in terms of you can literally make a 5% withdrawal, and now you're sitting with 200,000 in your account. It's, okay, so some people it's not a lot, but for some people that's overnight success.
There's some people who sell
That's some people for the
year.
year, yeah. And I'm hitting this in a month now. So for some people, they can take that as overnight success. But it looks like overnight success because now
Yeah.
you have this big sum in the account. But at the end of the day, I've been struggling for a whole 5-6 years studying different
Exactly, I was
courses,
just about to
working
say,
on
bro.
different things, all this type of stuff. So it looks like overnight success. But I went through ups, I went through the downs, I went through blowing numerous accounts. But now I'm finally at this point where people will look at it and say, "Shar, but how did this guy get this? He got it overnight. It's so easy. Look, you can do it also." But they don't understand behind the scenes.
Facts,
You
bro.
literally had to sit and study and watch videos on a daily basis, sit in the charts on a daily basis. So it looks like overnight success. I'm sorry I'm using trading as an example again.
No,
it's like-
but
Nah, it's
but
cool,
but
we get
but
and
I
that's
think
one
it's
of
a
the
basis of-
one of the
I
most
think it's a big example
Yeah.
because a lot of people see and
the money
and the thing is that's also how it's being portrayed. Like we
100%.
know a bunch of traders that are successful and that are doing well. And then we also watch our YouTube, certain gents on YouTube that are buying the Lambos and buying the, flying and traveling and all those nice things. Even with YouTube that time, bro, when the influencers and things were, but every Tom, Dick and Harry wanted to be an influencer because
Yeah.
they saw, influencers are making money, they're traveling, blah blah.
so easy.
And so and then when you become an influencer, you realize, this is most gang span. This is there's because
Yeah.
when I did YouTube, I had the same mindset when I
Content in
started.
general,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, when I started,
Trying
I was
to-
like watching these, and then you realize, okay, South African YouTube channels is different from American. The way they pay out here is different to how they pay out here. The kind of marketing, because there they pay out with the American advertisers. So you got the big Doritos, Coca-Cola, blah, blah, blah. Big companies market on your page, and they paying 100,000 a pop. Now here you have, there's these smaller startup companies that's jumping on, they paying 1,000 rand for advert. So now you can't compare yourself
Yeah.
to the that's doing 1 million views in America that's being paid $100,000 per 100,000 views or something like that. And now you're hitting 10 views and you're wondering, when is this thing gonna work? When is this thing gonna... And then when you get into it, you realize, this thing requires consistency now. It requires me to come up with new content all the time, ideas and blah, blah, blah.
Facts,
Now you see, this is actually difficult, bro. And this is where the idea of something, again, the unrealistic expectation, the idea of being rich and successful is luring, bro. It's a carrot dangling in front of your head. And then when you get into it, you realize, this is hard, bro. And I think that's also what contributes to what
Yeah.
you're saying, the high unsuccessful rate where people are like,
Yeah, I think also, bro, you need to you need to know where you at, bro, and know your worth. What you know now,
yeah.
is it worth the 50K, the 100K check at this moment in time? Because a lot of times, again, people are saying, no, this year I increased, this year that job, this year that. But are you equipped to achieve that? Are you equipped to achieve like I mentioned, the 50, the 100K bracket? So you
which
need
is facts. There's something called financial literacy, bro, which is a thing. If you give someone R1 million now, they can destroy their lives. They can mess up their lives because they've never ever in their life seen that kind of money ever. Ever.
Bottles on bottles.
Bruh, they thinking to say that money will never get finished, bruh.
Facts,
They
bro.
thinking, yo, I can carry almost for the rest of my life for this
Like a
million.
chance on I
It's-
blew it. They cry every day, summer.
There's someone bright every day, bruh. Every day is the weekend. Someone here in the middle of the week. Nah, Chase, you come to
Chase.
my house. And then a month, 2 months later, they realize, oh, there's a million finish. Because why?
Sitting on
What happened, bro?
300,000.
It's exactly what you,
200,000.
it's exactly what you're saying. You thought a million was a lot
Yeah.
because you've never seen that kind of, because you were never prepared for that level of success, because you can't get it instantly. There's literacy that comes with growing yourself to that.
Exactly.
Even if you have a funded account and you're making 100,000, there's other issues that come with this. Tax that comes with that. There's SARS now issues that come with that. There's now SARS wants 47% of your income. Now you don't pay it, you feel like, yeah, this is my money, SARS must go jump. Next thing you know, you're owing SARS 3 million, now you're in debt. It's like, oh, what's going on?
On that, I was actually watching a podcast, and this trader was saying, he made his first million in 1 month. He made his first million, and he was excited. He's like, yo, I'm gonna blow my money now. Now I'm going to eat. And he went out. He bought a
USD?
car. USD.
USD is a
million
lot,
USD.
bruh.
Yeah.
That's 70
Bought a
million,
car. Bought shoes, clothes, all these things. Then he says that one day he got a check, not a check, but he got like a letter in, and he had to pay 400,000 in tax from that
IRS.
million. So he was literally just chilling and waiting. So he's like, yo, now I'm left with nothing because I had to pay 400,000.
That's half my money.
That's half
yeah.
my money. I went and bought the car, I bought clothes, I bought all this. So now we had to go back on the grind to try and get
try and
another
get
million again. So
and,
it's
and,
like,
and there's the thing.
yeah.
If you don't know how to handle that kind of money or that level of success, and that's what, back to Jay's point, where it's like you want certain things, but you don't know what it takes to get there. You don't know the hustle, and that's the importance of the build-up. That's the importance of the build-up. You can't just jump from here to there. When I started thinking about making more money, the first thing I spoke to Chad, I was like, yo, bro, because he's an accountant. I'm like, bro, how does this work? What how does it work? What do you, bro, you must know. You must register a business. You must put certain things in a trust. You must this, you must. It's not just of, I have $1 million, I'm going to go and live my life.
Nah,
There's different elements to it. Which brings us to the next point, bro. The importance of what you allow into your mind also. Because I think when you start seeing things or hearing things, you get excited. But then when time comes to follow it through, are you able to sustain yourself to follow it through? Do you think hearing, let's go more on the negative side, as far as New Year's resolutions are concerned. When you allow negative thoughts into your mind, how does it affect? How does it affect you?
Yeah, I think, bro. Again, it comes back to what we started off with, the whole load shedding and water shedding, because those things are negative. Those things are negative and can have a huge impact on you as a person and what you're trying to achieve. And again, but if you stay, obviously, you have to stay positive through it, bro. You just mentioned now that you spoke to Chad about certain things, and I'm sure you equipped in that area and in that regard. So that's what you're allowing in, and that's what you have to do on a daily basis. If you want to open X amount, I know with the trading and stuff, bro, on a daily basis, you need to gather info all the time. How do I do this? What happens if we slip? I got you to a point that you said on Friday you'll suffer a big loss, but it's Monday now. You're still up and ready to go. How did you get to that point?
We can get
you
a loss
see,
today also.
You can get a loss
'Cause we're
today,
in now,
but
it might turn on us,
the fact that you have that attitude to say that, nah, I can bounce back and let's just keep going. What did you allow into your ear gate and your eye gate? I'm sure you studied a lot of people that might have failed, but then they did X, Y, and Z to get back. And the fact that you're watching that information just shows that when you do suffer a loss,
Do you
you
have
can
that
keep
feeling
moving.
where if you suffer a loss, you go and watch YouTube videos about chains that lost? I used to do that in the
I used to
beginning,
do it a lot, yeah, but I got to a point where a loss is just like a normal day again for me. Yes, it hurts. You still feel that pain. It's difficult
Just
to take
another
that.
bad day at the
Yeah, it's
office.
difficult to take that away. You do feel like, char, I lost money. But you get to when life hits you, you get to a point where it's literally like, okay, it's all right. I'm used to it. Let's just get back up and keep moving. There's not much you can do right now. There's no point of me sitting here because I'm just going to make myself worse in a situation by crying about this thing
And going to
and
depression.
going into depression. But that's why I say if when I hit my million, people will think it's overnight success, but they don't know the amount of accounts I blew before this happened. So it's like literally what you're saying now. You have to obviously feed yourself with a positive and try and get the negative out so you can get to a point where you are like that, where you're able to say,
Yeah.
okay, there's no point being sad, there's no point being down. Look, sometimes it's nice to throw a pity party, but you can't throw it
Yeah.
for too long. You need to get to
Yeah.
a point where you also realize,
And
okay,
not
there's
all
no
the
point.
time also.
Yeah.
So maybe once a year.
Yeah, once in a, you
Yeah,
must.
once in a while, but-
which is their point 3, bro. Go what you were gonna say.
Nah, bro, I just want to hop on that, but again, bro, you know the end goal.
Yeah.
You know the vision, bro. If you don't have that vision, if you don't have it on paper, bro, what are you referencing? What are you
Yeah.
looking at? What are you ticking off? Like you said, you have on your notes to-do list. Likewise, bro, if you go on the to-do list, there's a to-get list. There's all these lists. To Y list, to
Z list.
all these lists is on my notes, bro, and you taking it off, and you know, this is what you gotta do. This is what you gotta.
Which brings us to practical steps of keeping a mental attitude. Go there, bro.
Now, Nathan says again, I remember writing down that I'll be a millionaire by age 35. I'm now 40 and still 990,000 short. So working towards your goals
Is that only 40, bro?
plays a role.
Looks
Ah,
young.
Nate is-
He's not 40,
He's
bro.
a
He's
bit older
lying.
than me.
Is he 40?
I also
Nate, you're
didn't
not
know.
50,
Nah, bro.
You're getting close to 40. He is close to
But he
40.
still looks young.
He's closer to 40 than I am. I know for sure he's closer than me.
It's only 10 years to half a century. Nah, bro.
Nah, he's older than
My
me.
bad, broski. Yeah.
Nah, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, but I hear what Nate is saying. But again, it's that unrealistic expectation of like, at this time I'm gonna do this and this and this. And when you get into it, you're like, choo, okay, this is a bit tricky now. It's not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. But again, how do you keep that mental attitude?
Yeah, also,
you guys mentioned.
also the circle that you're with, bro. Who was Nate surrounding himself with, bro, at the time when he said, nah, at age 35, I'm going to be a millionaire? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you locking
with
horns with these
millionaires?
people that, or even if you don't have, bodies that are millionaires?
Yeah, but Gen Z at least working
least
and have the same
you know,
mindset and goal as you.
This is where we're going. But if you just chilling, bro, and it's you and you alone.
Smoking a pipe on
It's
the
difficult,
corner.
bro. It is difficult. It is difficult to have that mental attitude. But I think you have to, one of the practical steps that you guys mentioned now is a to-do list on your phone. And I know with my to-do list, it does push you to finish that list. And it's also a sense of accomplishment when you finish the list. I have to-do lists also. And I know for the day I want to do. And what I've done with my to-do list, I've narrowed it down, bro, to daily. Let me just do these 3 things. Let me at least do these 3 things.
Yeah,
bro.
Bicky.
Let me just do these 3 things, because alternatively you could have done nothing for the day. You could have overthought, and that's the other problem also. Sometimes you overthink things. You're like, hey, I must still do this. A week passes, you didn't do it. So I said, okay, instead of that, let me narrow this thing down to, let me do this piece at least today. Then tomorrow, let me finish this piece and kind of like they say, eat the elephant one bite at a time. Then eat this thing piece, and eventually you finish with it. But if you're just going to have the thought overwhelm you and not do anything about it, you're going to get to the place where it's like, this is too expensive, or this is too much work, or this is not working the way I thought. I see what comments there.
He says, made 14 November, gents. Respect your elders.
Hey, man.
9-9, bro.
Yo, I never knew, man.
Happy birthday, bro, for November.
Yeah,
You still look
happy
nice,
birthday
bro.
for
You still look
November.
nice for
I
40.
thought men's was maybe like 35 or something.
Even me, I thought you were 37 somewhere there.
Yo, yeah.
Because I knew you were older than me. I didn't know you. Which, by the way, it's my birthday on Saturday.
Hey, man. Where you taking us?
Yeah. I'll be going to the house there, just nothing.
I was eager to see, bro, if you were gonna invite me or not.
What do you mean, bro? What do you mean?
Nah,
bro?
but then this morning at least
You
he
wrote
said,
that
nah.
down on your New Year's.
Yeah, Jesus, so
Boy,
weird.
six
He's gonna invite me because every
Nah,
year,
remember the last time we
don't
went to
say
office
nothing.
and they went to some place.
Ah,
And then 2
but
years
you don't
later,
like to invite us.
2
this
years
guy.
later, he say,
Always, you'll just see pictures.
oh yeah, weren't you there with the gents? We were there that time. I'm like,
For
ah, bro,
real?
you didn't tell me.
He loves that. Yeah, he's like,
Like, remember that day
That
when we
time with
went?
the gents. Like, ah, bro,
don't know what
you
explain.
you're
didn't
talking
invite
about.
us.
You didn't
Yeah.
No, but again on the situation of having practical steps towards making that positive attitude and how do you handle, okay, gents, there's how do you handle failure? Because failure is definitely gonna come.
But before we go to that, I think Jay mentioned a very important thing that the people you have around you plays a big part. Because you can have people that, like we said, if you have a party, they feed your party.
Like, she's. Yeah, also weird. It also happened
You
to me
see?
last time.
I told you in the
Now
beginning.
these are all
Remember
just,
when I
I
told you?
told you that thing that you wanna do, bruh.
it's not gonna work. It's not. Now look, it didn't work. Now you cry.
They were,
about
also
it.
hoping
wasted
it, they
time.
were also hoping it doesn't work so they can say, remember when I told you?
Because it's true. You get chance I get, or you can get the opposite of. You have certain friends that can drive you and push you and say, look here, if this is what you want to do,
Let's get
we
it.
can go in together with us, then let's do it together. I'll walk with you, I'll help you. And I feel like it's important because there is days when you feel like, okay, you need someone.
Yeah, someone else just to say.
just to
and
push.
that's also part of my logic with what we were doing, me, you, and Ash. It was like, hey, gents, now and then it gets a little bit lonely here, man. At least we know if we few gents on the group chat here.
We're
and
lonely
I'm feeling
together.
Like, bro, and you know, you know what happened on phase 1? Remember, we needed like $40 to pass phase 1, right?
Yeah.
Listen to the story, bro. We need $40 to pass phase 1, right? We literally like done with the whole challenge, bro. We
So
literally
in total,
need
you
$40.
needed 800.
In total, we needed 800. So we now on 700.
No, it was
and
1,000. At
and
time it was what
it was
FPL.
1,000, right? Now, okay, yeah, let me even start there. We done with the challenge, bro. Like I'm talking about done. Made $11,000. We done. We finished with the challenge. Next
Yeah.
thing I go online and realize they say that we overstepped one of the. There's a
Oh yeah,
commission
we
of.
finished it.
Yeah, we finished it. There was a commission of like almost $100,
breached.
like $60 something. We breached that commission, whatever. I'm like, yo, what's this? Yo, I was discouraged. Then came back to the gents, yo, gents. Then Ash said, hi, bro, what are we gonna do next? Jesse was like, Ash, gents, I don't know. Then I was like, gents, if we're gonna do this, we're not gonna finish this thing. Let's jump in again. Then we jumped in again, bro. Then we needed, on this one, we passed, we needed 800. We won 760, bro. 770. We needed like 30 to pass. Oh, things go south. Brrr, back down to 500. Yo, I'm discouraged, bro. I phone Ash. I'm like, yo, bro. Ash,
Life is not making sense.
Ash, bro. We literally just needed, we just needed $40. Now we again need $250 to pass.
Maybe Monday.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, we just needed 40. Now we
To be
back to
confident,
needing.
I'm preaching something.
Yeah, back to needing
I'll
300
try on
again,
900.
blah blah blah. As I once, I'm like, hey, gents, this is not good for my mental health at this point. I'm busy with other things. I can't now be focusing on this. Then Ash sent a message in the night saying, okay, gents, here's one move. Are we gonna go with it? I said, hi, gents, let's jump into it. Like 10 minutes later, I sent the gents a message in the group, gents, we finished with this thing. It passed. They're like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, bro, we done with this thing. And like literally the emotions went from like 10 minutes before losing $300, this is USD, to 10 minutes later finishing the challenge. Clean cut. In. Again, the same thing happens with phase 2 now. Where we were in a profit, boom, in a big loss. So, but again, the point I'm making is that it's a roller coaster, bro. You know?
How do you deal with failure? That was your question.
How do you deal with failure?
Yeah.
And so here's the thing: your again realistic expectation is that the arrow goes like. Remember how we always say the road to success. What people think success is, the arrow goes up. Then what success really is, the arrow all over the place, bro. But it's working its way up. So it's not a clear path to success. It's all over the place, bro. There's failures. There's days that you must sell things. There's days you must make loans. There's days blah blah blah. All these things happen, bro. And it happens to me. There's days where you get the phone calls. There's
And it's
days
an
where you
ongoing
get-
thing, bro. There isn't even a point where it's
Where
like,
it stops.
okay, success now. Boom.
Yeah, there's days where, bro.
Even when you're there, bro, it's
I've
like-
had lawyers' letters, not even had. I'm still getting threats now, like you owe this, you behind on this, you this, you
Yeah.
that, the school phones, then the place where you're living has an issue with this, then this. Bruh, there's things happen. Even Saturday, no Friday, I was at Bones the Gents, and we went to go see Clayton in hospital. Next thing, Anka phones me. My daughter stepped in a nail, like a long nail like this, bro. She stepped in her foot, deep in her foot, a rusted nail. Brother, I rush home. When I get there, the nail is still like sticking out of her foot like this. Grab it with my hand, I pull that nail out, put the foot in Dettol water, try to just like sort out the situation. But as I'm driving home, I'm thinking, bro, now this now also. it's like when does it end, my bro? It's like this pressure, that pressure, this stress, that
If
stress.
your-
I made a big loss.
If your
My
last
child is
400 rand
Yo,
child
bruh.
is sick, you must now go to doctor with it. Last 400.
sick. Exactly. You needed to buy food. You needed to put petrol in the car. You needed to, and it happens, bro. But what do you do? The only way, bro, you have to just keep moving.
Yeah, but
You have no choice, bro.
I think from years ago, bro, we had this thing called, game face, bro. And it's like whether you happy,
Whether
whether
you feeling
you
it or
sad,
not,
whether
bruh.
you're feeling it or not, like
Game face.
we'll cry later, but
What's
for
the
this
plan
period
here
now,
now?
let us put game face on
Yeah.
and go through with it.
What's the plan? How are we gonna move through this thing? Like, and it's the same thing with anything. Even when we started this podcast, I'm seeing now there's 12 people watching. But when we started this podcast, brought 2 views, 1 view. Now and then 0 views. But what did we do? Now and then there were times, depending on the topic and the guest, 30 views, 50 views. And for anyone who thinks that's a little, go
On-
start a
on
live show
YouTube
and see
especially.
if you're gonna get, especially on YouTube.
YouTube.
Facebook's
no
easy,
problem. If we were on Facebook, bro, we'll be having 2,000 views every podcast, no problem.
Facebook is
But YouTube is difficult, and the reason we went for YouTube was monetization issues and all that stuff, reasons, and that's why we decided on YouTube. And also for the podcasting space, it's a nice platform to be on. But in the beginning, bro, then if we have a big guest like on Pizza, or we have a big guest like Gaiten, or we have a big guest like whoever, now boom, 50 views, 100 views, we're excited. Now it's just us having serious conversations.
Just us.
10 views, 20 views.
It's just us on 4, but we all in studio.
Yeah, it's us watching. It's our
We watching
our
ourselves.
phones watching. We're watching ourselves as we look like this. But those are the things that happen. What must you do?
But it's okay.
You can say, the
the
people are not
platform-
watching, let's just leave. And then, by now we wouldn't have been here, bro. We wouldn't have been here.
And yeah, again with the overnight success thing, bro. I know there comes a point where it's plateau, and then boom. There are those points, but obviously that
But you plateau
consistency,
for a while,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, builds for when you.
So which brings us to our last point here, gents, because we've got 10 minutes left of the show. Which again, thank you so much for everyone hopping on. Are we getting any more comments there? It's just
Nah, just Nate that's referring to we don't invite people out. He says Zach did the same thing to me when he picked up
does
the
it, bro.
116 guys at the airport. I was mad.
And why don't take him with?
I forgot, bro. Sorry,
facts,
sorry.
Yeah, that's how many years,
But
man. He's
thanks,
still
bro.
holding it on his
Likewise,
heart.
bro. You come back, you just tell us about the drive back. Oh,
Like,
like,
yeah, bro,
them.
we look crazy.
But at least then he took us to the
To the house.
thing
no?
and to the house, and I think it was at Ramo or something.
Love
Oh,
that.
we
At least we went
backstage,
backstage.
Don't say he took us, he took you.
Oh yeah, you were there, bro.
So again, I guess to probably wrap it up, it's a matter of yesterday I was speaking about curate what you allow into your mind, bro. Be careful about what the kind of things. And I made this example when we were off air. I said that when we got married, I didn't really plan on going somewhere, but then someone came back and told me they went to Thailand and it's nice and this and that and that, and then I started entertaining the thought. Then I thought, then I went on YouTube, Googled it, watched videos about it. That's why this looks smart. And then I decided, I'm gonna book it. That's another way of also overcoming procrastination. Just book things.
Do it.
Just book it.
Facts, bro. There was times where we were doing events, bro, and it's like we don't know what to do now, but just put the poster out
put
with
the
the
post
date.
out with the date, because now you have to do it.
Gotta
You
do it.
out,
you
you can't
you
go-
force
you go
yourself
back.
now that I can't go back on this now. I have to do it.
out
And
there.
you also
Make
know
your
you
name
don't.
untidy.
Yeah,
Make your name untidy.
Exactly.
You know.
And you also know that you don't want it to be a failure. So now you almost
You actually
force yourself
work now.
to make sure this thing works. And that's another way of doing it. Like, I already booked this ticket, I already paid the deposit. Now I must now. You see, I must come up with the money, come yellow high water. And that's another way of also overcoming those failures. It's like, I'm
then
already
it-
here, bro.
yeah.
I must now make this work.
But then again, also, bro, know where you at though with the risk you take,
Yeah.
because you've
Calculate.
built your muscle to that point where it's like, I can take this
take
risk
this
because I
risk.
know I'm gonna. So guys, don't now
Have
Ah,
5 rand
Nathan
account,
gaan
boek a holiday.
Paris tomorrow of New York. Which you can, bro. I'm sure you can, bro.
He can,
but I'm
but
just
then
saying.
he's just
but what
cutting
if,
into his money. Then he's, instead of making 990,000,
Now you're in a-
now he's in a...
In the drawdown. Now you're in a drawdown. Now you must come recover from the drawdown. Now, but facts. But
No, but it's true what you're saying. You also need to basically mold and sculpt your mind in the direction you want to go. Like me, I know I said I want a car, I want a house. I didn't. It obviously would be nice if it was in 2023, but to have both in 2023 is just a little bit.
we open for miracles.
We open for miracles and for
but I'm also being
things, but
realistic.
also realistic. Yeah, like especially like I mentioned again with the trading, you can literally in one sit down you can hit $100,000 now, and you can. Not to say you can now go buy a house, but at least you have your deposit now for the house or something like that. But it's something that you're looking forward to. So actually, there's a car that I've been looking at. So Friday, I said, hey, let's just go have a look, man. Because at the end of the day, you
Also
have to
build your faith
You build
also.
your faith, yeah.
And
You
the
have
funny
to
thing is
mold and
when that happens, bro, you start seeing this car on the road like.
a lot.
Which is Jesse, carry on with your story, which is the important point that you're making. They're building your faith. When I bought my house, we went to go look at the houses.
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't afford it at the time. But we went to go
Go
look.
look anyway.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you know where you want to be, so that's where you want to work towards. So when you actually have the picture in front of you, it's like, yo, I want this. It's like how we just mentioned now that you need to actually, I can't remember what we mentioned now, but
But
I'm trying to
I
build your faith almost.
No, you do
basically, like-
remember. You just don't remember word for word.
yeah,
It's
but
cool.
that thing in my head, I
That
remember.
thing,
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you
But
build your
yeah.
faith. But you said you went to go look at the
We
car.
went to go look at the car. Unfortunately, they didn't have it on the floor because they said it's sold out. But the guy is supposed to call me today to come and test drive the car. I'm walking there like I have the money to buy the car and everything, to test drive it and all that. But at the end of the day, it's like you're sculpting your mind and everything. And now I'm test driving it. What if I don't like it at the end of the day? Now I must set my mind on a new car.
Yeah.
So
I went there, I saw it, I
saw
didn't
it, I
vibe with
didn't-
it. Maybe
yeah.
let's check something different.
So it's literally like that. You have to sculpt your mind. So whatever it is you want to achieve, whatever it is you want, work towards
But that's
it.
how it is, bro. Again, like when we went to go look at houses, I'm walking into 5 million rand houses, 6 million rand. I know I don't afford it. I won't like even qualify for it.
Yeah.
But my mind was like, because what happened with my house is we went to go drop the kids one night because we were going somewhere. We came to a church event, and we went to go drop the kids at someone that was living in that estate. And we drove in, dropped the kids. When me and Anka were driving out, Anka and I were driving out, we're like, yo, this must be a place. Children's bicycles are outside. People's cars are parked outside. And this is in South Africa. And you know South Africa is a place where you lock your car in a garage. You make sure it's locked 5 times. You go back and make sure the door is locked.
The
You
thing
make
on the
sure,
steering wheel.
yeah, put that metal bar on the steering wheel. You lock your gears. You remember that thing you locked
That
your
gear
gears?
lock,
You lock your gears. You put 5 alarms on. You
I actually saw a car that have one for the pedals at the bottom. He
Yeah.
said he built
Close
it,
the whole thing.
He lock up pedals or something.
Yeah, you lock up pedals. You can't drive.
What time
Like,
do you get to work?
Now
In the
facts.
morning, unlocking.
Unlock everything. Now facts, and that's how you have to live in South Africa. So we coming through this estate, we like, yo, bicycles are laying outside, people's cars are open, windows are open.
How do you know the cars were open? You go check.
Now you can see the windows open, cars are standing outside. And the only place I saw that when we went to America, when
Yeah.
me and first that 1 year, I'm like,
Hey, baby, this car door's open, yo.
Check
yo,
yeah.
baby, check, yo, here's a phone.
No, let's leave it.
People don't steal you. And that's the thing, when you're in that space,
Yeah.
you start reasoning like that also. You're like, we're not of stealing here. Upper class here. These are people's things. And it is like that, bro. You start even reasoning when your mindset is also like, yo, we're in an upper class place here. We don't catch on those funny things. It's like when someone's house is clean. Someone take your plate to the kitchen. But now you come, someone's house is dirty. You're like, nah, let's
Okay, just
look
leave
out
it
and
here.
they operate. Someone leave a plate and bones and
Facts.
chicken bones and things. But now,
Facts.
then we
Sit
drove
on the
out that
couch.
night. And that was again what you see and what you hear.
Yeah.
Then that seed was now planted
Ear
in my
gate,
mind.
eye
like,
gate.
Yo, but eye gate, it was planted in my mind like, yeah, that place looks now. We must come back. Then my friend bought a plot there. Then he said, oh, Pastor Witness, there was on the show last year. He bought a plot there. Then he said, hey, Zach, I'm trusting God for funds, blah, 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 come pray with me. I said, no problem, let's go. Drove to the plot, went to go pray there, anointed it with oil, now God is going to come through, blah, blah, blah. Next thing he phoned me, I'm starting to build. And we went, started building. I was through the whole process with him. Now, bro, guess what's happening? I'm going there all the time now, bro. I'm starting to meet people there now. I know the Owens at the gate now. And I told myself, I'm not going to come in here by visitor's gate. I'm going to come in here by resident's gate. Yeah. And I used to tell myself that every time I went there, I'm not going to come in by visitors. I'm going to... Guess what, bro? I started speaking to the agents. They said, nah, come, I'm going to show you houses. I said, I don't want anywhere. I want it there. They said, no problem. I'm going to show you there. My brothers might show me 6 million rand. 7 million rand. I'm just like... And I'm also just walking in there like I can just like, I'm like, no, I actually don't like that.
Tiles are amazing.
The tiles are not nice. I like this. The chandelier is very beautiful. Meantime, when we get in the car, we're like,
what do you think?
Is this granite?
Yeah, white granite or the dark granite. Now, meantime, we get in the car, we're like, we laugh. We're laughing together. We're like, oh, bro, we can't afford this, but we just go for it. And eventually, the agent said, just sell your house and see how much you get for it. Sold my house, got double for what I spent on it. Then he said, okay, are you willing to spend this profit on a deposit? I said, yeah. He said, okay, if you're going to spend this profit on a deposit, then you can look at this category. Then I was like, is there that category in the estate? He's like, yeah, I can show you that category. I'm like, okay, sharp. Then he started showing me that category where, now guess what, bro? Now I'm in a category that I can afford. Now, instead of it being unrealistic, it's now coming closer. And now all of a sudden I jump in with my faith literally the week before lockdown, bro. I just started putting my couches and things, lockdown. Yeah. Then all of a sudden now, guess what? I'm in the environment that I went to go look at a couple of years ago. I'm in the space, I'm friends with the people, I'm on the group chats, I hear what the people are saying, I'm having these conversations with the people. I'm there in that environment. So what's my next move now? My next move is to upgrade, because where I am now is almost like a townhouse apartment kind of thing. It's not an apartment, it's like a freestanding apartment, but it's not where the big houses are. But I'm in that environment. I'm in that space. And that was important for me to get into that space, because now it's exercising my mind to say that, nah, man, bro, I need to get here. Now I'm making moves towards getting there. Now I'm saying, let me take the year or two and do what we're doing now and grow myself to the point where I can go and look at the 6 million rand houses. Then I'll come back to the show next year and say, remember the story I was telling you about this? Now I bought that house. And it's at the point where I didn't have to sell my other house. I can rent it out now. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But it all has to do with your mental attitude towards failure. Because guess what, guys? Failure is going to happen whether you want it to or not.
Facts.
It's going to come. You're going to cry. You're going to feel depressed. But that's part of the deal. But now what now? You can't stay there now. You see? And that's just part of it. And you get tested. Like now I'm tested. I have a trade running. I don't know if it went into my way or not. If it crashed, I don't know. I might be even lower than I was when we started. But the truth of the matter is, it is what it is. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is, and you have to make it work. Just closing remarks.
Closing remarks, bro.
Nate says, before getting a mansion, you have to learn how to maintain a small house first and build up from there. And then Fabio Khan says, great show today, gents. Thanks, bro. But closing remarks, sculpt your mind towards where you want to be. Have faith, believe, but also do the work. Faith without works is dead. So actually put in the work and do what you want to do, gents. A lot of the time, like we mentioned, now people can also look at it different. You see the big houses and stuff, and you get demotivated in terms of, why don't I have that? How am I going to afford that? But try and change your mindset and try and work towards the goals that you set for yourself.
Is everything off?
I don't know.
Carry on, bro.
Yeah, but set realistic goals for yourself.
1, 2.
Work towards
We're
it.
nice.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
okay.
again, bro.
No. So yeah, like I mentioned, set realistic goals, work towards it,
Yeah.
do it. Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah, bro. I think for me, broski, it was New Year's Eve, the 31st, and I was at service, and I was just like, scanning, 22, yeah, scanning just the auditorium, the building, and everyone, and I was like deeply moved I don't know why though, bro. But then went back home. Think it was the next day. God took me to Matthew 13, the parable about the farmer scattering seed, and the 4 places where the seed can be scattered on the footpath, thorns, rocky soil, and fertile soil. And I started realizing that, oh my word, a lot of people are excited, and I think that's the rocky soil where you hear a message and you're excited about it.
But the birds come and snatch it away. And a lot of people are in that space. They're just excited about it. But I think the fertile soil and at the end of the day, a preacher can only go to a certain point with obviously preaching life into you. But the fertile soil is obviously the step ahead, the step you take. And I think the only way in 2023 you're going to achieve what you want to achieve is by taking that step. Is the hard work, is the planning. Enough with excitement and so forth. I'm done with that. There was one preacher, and we're going to close now, my bad, bro. There was one preacher that was, I think he was landing in Charlotte. And at this one stage, there was this beautiful sunset taking place, bro. And God started speaking to him, and he started writing down everything that God was saying, like, yo, okay, this is what we got to achieve, this is what we got to achieve. A few months later, landed again from a certain place, and he took his notepad out, and the Holy Spirit didn't speak. And I was like, okay, Lord, what's going on now? Why aren't you speaking to me like the last time? And God told him, nah, I spoke to you already. Did you tick those things off? I spoke to you already, and I know there's a lot of people that's watching and might watch at a later stage that still has books they need to write, that still has a lot of things they need to achieve, and go for it. It's the step ahead again. Enough with the excitement. We were excited in the beginning when God spoke. Not to say we're not excited about the progress, but for what it's worth, you know what I mean. Now, take the step. Do what you got to do. And I think to wrap up with your same analogy is that there's another preacher that also used it. That analogy where they were speaking about now the seed goes in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins, and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.